Have you ever loved someone so much that you disappeared, piece by piece, so slowly you didn't notice? Have you ever given your heart so completely that you forgot it was yours, a precious jewel handed over without remembering its infinite worth? You watched it sit on their shelf, gathering dust, and you told yourself it was safe there. But a heart is not meant to be shelved, it is meant to beat. Wildly, freely. Your voice became an echo of their opinion. Your needs became whispers in a storm. Your dreams were packed in a heavy box, labeled for later, and stored in the quiet, dark attic of your soul. You learned to be small, to take up less space. You learned to be silent, a master of unspoken things. You became the peacekeeper in a silent war, the giver whose own hands were empty, the steady pillar holding up a crumbling roof while your own foundation cracked beneath you. But inside, you were not just falling apart, you were ceasing to be. There is a sacred breaking point, a holy tremor in the soul, a moment when the silence you curated becomes a deafening, unbearable roar, when the peace you fought so hard for reveals itself not as a sanctuary, but as a beautifully decorated cage. A quiet, profound exhaustion settles in your bones, a deep spiritual fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure. It is the exhaustion of a spirit, carrying a weight it was never meant to hold. You catch a glimpse of yourself in a window, and for a terrifying second, you do not recognize her. A stranger looks back. Her eyes hold a sorrow you know intimately. She is the woman you promised, with all the fire of your youth, that you would never ever become. And in that moment of recognition, the journey back begins. If this is your story, if this is your sacred, painful silence, know that you are not alone in this awakening. This is not an ending. It is a holy unraveling. It is an awakening. The moment your soul finally finds its voice, and with all the love in the universe, it says, enough. This is the moment you start, the sacred, terrifying, beautiful journey back home to yourself. This choice is not born of sudden anger. It is born of slow, dawning clarity, a quiet, shimmering, undeniable truth. It rises not from the mind, but from the depths, from the part of you that remembers your starlight, the part of you that knows your intrinsic worth. It is the voice of God, the divine whisper within, the eternal beloved, saying with infinite patience, my child, it is time. Come home. Choosing yourself feels like a profound betrayal, doesn't it? A tearing of a sacred cloth. Society, family, and fairy tales taught you to stay, to fix, to nurture, to endure, to place another's comfort and emotional regulation above your own sacred, non-negotiable peace. You were told that true love is sacrifice, but no one explained the fine print. No one told you that you must never, ever sacrifice your own soul on the altar of a relationship. Your spirit is not a renewable resource for someone else's unending comfort. Maybe this is your story. The long, lonely nights spent staring at a dark ceiling, feeling the physical weight of unspoken words, a heaviness in your chest, a knot in your throat, the careful, exhausting calculation before you speak. Will this cause a problem? Is it safe for me to feel this way? How do I say this so they don't get upset? The way you learn to shrink your glorious joy, so it doesn't seem too loud, too bright, or make anyone else feel small in its presence. You became a gentle, predictable rain when you were born to be a holy, cleansing storm, a hurricane of love and truth and light. Have you felt this too? This gentle, insidious, slow erosion of self, the fading of your own vibrant color, like a beloved photograph left out in the sun. The edges curl, the faces blur. You became a watercolor painting, left out in a relentless rain, the sharp lines of you blurring into pastel fog, the very essence of you fading into the background of your own life. You didn't just give your heart away, you gave your power, your voice, your vote away, piece by precious piece, hoping it would be seen, hoping it would finally be cherished, believing this was the non-refundable cost of love. But a heart cannot be outsourced. Your wholeness is an inside job. It is your primary divine assignment from your Creator. And now, your soul is calling you to task. It asks you to come back, to put on your work gloves, light a lantern, and walk through the dusty, silent halls of your own heart. It asks you to reclaim the abandoned pieces, to gather the exiled, forgotten parts of you. The dreamer you silenced for being impractical, the artist whose hands you stilled for being messy, the wild one you tamed for being too much, the wise woman whose intuition you ignored one too many times. They are all waiting for you, not with anger, but with open arms, ready to come home. This is not about blame. Blame is a dead end. It is about radical, loving responsibility, a sacred responsibility to the soul you were given. Perhaps the other person was a teacher, a painful, powerful, and necessary teacher. They did not come into your life to destroy you. They came to show you exactly where you were broken. They came to illuminate the unhealed wounds of your past that still desperately needed your adult love and attention. They held up a mirror to the parts of you that still believed you were not enough, the parts that believed love had to be earned through unending service and relentless self-denial. They showed you every place you did not yet love yourself. If this touches you, stay with me. Breathe into this truth. Let it wash over you like a balm. The relationship did not break you. It simply revealed where you were already broken. And this revelation, while agonizing, is a gift. A painful but holy, life-altering gift. Because now you can heal, truly deeply and completely heal, from the inside out. Freedom is the first step. But freedom is not just leaving a person or a place. It is leaving behind a version of yourself. The version that tolerated the intolerable. The version that accepted crumbs and called it a feast. The version that believed her silence would keep her safe. Choosing yourself is the master key. It unlocks the heavy, rusted door to the room you abandoned long ago, the sacred, sunlit chamber of your own inner life. Inside that room, there is a profound silence. At first it feels terrifying, doesn't it? Deafening. You are used to the noise, the static, the chaos, the drama, the emotional weather reports, the constant negotiation of another's feelings. But sit in that silence. Breathe into it. Let it hold you. This is not emptiness. This is holy, fertile ground. This is pure potential. This is the sound of peace. Your peace. This is the sacred space where you begin again, where you finally hear your own authentic thoughts, where you feel the steady, true rhythm of your own heart, a rhythm that is yours alone, not a rhythm dictated or disturbed by another's presence. You start to remember, in small, shy flashes, the simple things that bring you genuine joy, what you love to read, what music you love to hear, what makes you laugh from the bottom of your belly, what sets your unique and beautiful spirit on fire. It was always there. It never left you. It was just buried but waiting patiently for you. Beneath the immense weight of expectation, beneath the crushing pressure to be perfect. That pressure is a heavy, suffocating cloak, stitched with the ancient threads of shame and fear. It keeps you shivering and small, hiding from your own light. You believed, somewhere along the way, that you had to earn love by being perfect, by being flawless, by anticipating every need and making no mistakes. This is the oldest wound of the human soul, the primal, aching fear that who you are, in your raw, messy, authentic state, is fundamentally unworthy of being loved. But let me speak directly to your heart right now. God, the universe, the source of all that is, does not ask for your hard-won perfection. That is a human requirement. The divine simply asks for your presence, your authentic, complicated, messy, beautiful presence. Your healing is not a final destination you must reach. It is a dance you are invited to join, right now. A gentle, graceful sway between shadow and light, between breaking and unapologetically becoming. Maybe you are grieving. Of course you are. Be kind. You are grieving the love you thought you had. You are grieving the future you imagined in such vivid color. You may even be grieving the good parts, for they existed too. Let the grief come. Do not fight its tide. It is a sacred cleansing river. It is cleaning you from the inside. It is carrying away the silt and debris of the past. Every single tear is a liquid prayer, a holy release, a baptism into your new, reclaimed life. Do not rush this sorrow. Do not be ashamed of it. Honor it. Sit with it. It is the price of your freedom, and your freedom is priceless. Because on the other side of that great river of grief is a peace you have long forgotten is possible. A peace that is not fragile or conditional. A peace that is not dependent on anyone else's mood, or their validation, or their approval. It is a peace that is generated from within. It is yours, your divine inheritance, your spiritual birthright. Choosing yourself is a quiet, powerful revolution. It will not always be loud or dramatic. Most often, it is a series of small, sacred, and courageous acts that no one else sees. It is the simple act of making a cup of tea and drinking it while it's still hot, sitting by a window. It is buying yourself the flowers you love, not waiting to receive them. It is taking a long walk without your phone, just to hear the sound of your own footsteps on the earth. It is saying a gentle, firm no, without a long explanation or apology. It is saying a courageous, resounding yes to your own joy, your own rest, your own becoming. These are not small things. They are everything. They are the sacred building blocks of a new life. A life where you are the foundation. A life where you are the home. So let us seal this powerful decision with a prayer, a declaration of your soul's sovereignty. Find a quiet space in your heart. Place a hand over it. Feel its beat. And breathe deeply. Feel the life that is undeniably yours. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes and let us speak these words together. Let them rise from your depths and echo into the waiting heavens. God of my heart, divine spirit, source of all love and all becoming. You see me now, in this raw and holy moment of becoming. I have been away for so long, lost in the dense wilderness of another's needs, lost in the parched desert of my own silence. Lord, come meet me where I was lost. Meet me in the quiet, echoing rooms of my grief. Meet me in the chilling hallways of my fear. Take my hand, and gently, lovingly, walk me home to myself. Today, I choose myself, not with anger, but with profound, radical grace, not with pride, but with holy, humble reverence, for the precious, sacred gift of a life you have given me. With the full power of my soul, I now release. I release the heavy, tarnished crown of the martyr. I lay it down at your feet. I am not a savior. I am not a sacrifice. I am a soul worthy of peace. I release the exhausting role of peacekeeper. My peace is not for sale. My spirit is not a currency for affection. I release the impossible duty of managing another's emotions. I release the cellular memory of fear in my body. I release the ancestral pattern of female sacrifice. I release the heavy, choking weight of unspoken words. I release the story that my worth is negotiable. I release the need for an apology I may never receive. My closure is my own creation. I release the need to be understood by others. My journey is my own. My truth does not need a jury. It only needs my voice. I release the beautiful, painful ghost of a shared future, and I embrace the brilliant, unknown dawn of my own. I release the fear of the lonely nights, for in the sacred silence I find you, and in finding you I find myself. And I realize with tears in my eyes, I am not alone at all. I am not broken. I am becoming. Every scar on my heart is a line in my soul's map, a sacred map that leads me ever closer back to love, back to my own sacred beating heart. And now I forgive myself. With all the compassion I so freely gave to others, I forgive myself for staying too long, for believing I was not enough, for silencing my own deep wisdom. I forgive myself, wholly, completely, and unconditionally. And in this forgiveness, I step into grace. And so with love, I reclaim. With fierce love, I reclaim my power. With trembling courage, I reclaim my voice. With deep gratitude, I reclaim my joy. It is my divine birthright. I reclaim my laughter, the sound of my soul's own freedom. I reclaim the sanctity and beauty of my own solitude. I reclaim my divine right to take up space in this world. I now make this vow to my own inner child. My darling girl, I will never abandon you again. I will listen to you. I will protect you. I will cherish you.
You are safe with me now. I am my own home now. I am my own safe harbor. The key was in my hand all along, and today I turn it. I walk through the door. I am free. I am whole. I am worthy. Not because someone else says so, but because you, my creator, made me so. This is my vow, to honor my soul, to protect my peace, to walk in the radiant light of my own truth. From this day forward, breathe in that freedom. Let it settle into your cells, into your soul. This is not a fleeting feeling, a momentary high. This is your new reality, a foundational truth you can return to. Moment by moment, breath by breath. The path forward may feel uncertain, like a road at dawn. Be gentle with yourself. Be extravagantly patient with your heart. Some days will be full of light and ease. Others will feel heavy, a shadow of the past. That is okay. That is normal. That is part of the sacred journey of integration. Remember this always. Write it on your heart. You are not your trauma. You are the healing that rises from it. You are not your past relationship. You are the profound wisdom it gave you. You are not what was broken within you. You are what is being beautifully and courageously built. A beautiful sacred temple of self-love and divine light. Peace is your birthright, not a reward for good behavior. It is not something you earn through struggle. It is something you are. It is your most natural, essential state of being. Claim it. Live in it. Defend it with gentle ferocity. Let it guide every choice you make, from who you talk to how you spend your time. You are free. You are whole. You are finally blessedly home. I'll be back soon with a new message to strengthen your spirit. Subscribe to stay with us.